Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the +63 D&D podcast campaign number 1, numero uno, with the Silver Shadows. I'm your host today. My name is Raymond, and I play your charming Hexblade Tiefling Warlock, Asumedos. And together with me are the bravest, nay, craziest band of misfits that you would ever travel with in these lands created by our wonderful DM. Let me start off by introducing them one by one with the man in black, the one from New York, JONG.
Hi, I am JONG. I play Itszki, a Yuan-Ti Pureblood Ranger Rogue that is stealthy, assassin-like, but also very humble.
No one really believes that, though, for some reason.
One day.
Next up, you have the man in red, the father figure himself, the bearded tank CHUBAX.
Hello, I'm CHUBAX. I play Malak, the Scourge Aasimar Paladin that is borderline a serial killer.
That kills cereals.
And that
next
too.
Next up, we have the wonderful Rose amongst the thorns, our one and only schoolgirl, our mighty Isabi.
Hi, I'm Isa, and I play Shevra, the silent and steady tabaxi fighter.
And as mentioned, we wouldn't be enjoying rolling our dice. Honestly, it is because of this one person that made us start this entire, what are we doing? A year, 100 episodes or something?
50 something. 50 something.
It'll be 100.
Yeah, it will.
It will, maybe even more. Our wonderful dungeon master, the world weaver himself, the master storyteller, the mighty DM Angelos.
Hi, I'm Angelo, and I'll be playing everyone else in this world. And let's see which NPCs you'll meet this time.
Yeah, this is episode 55.
Woohoo! More and more, babies.
So last session, raids by giant forces. The Silver Shadows have narrowly won against the small raiding party on the road going to Xantharl's keep. And on the way, they were able to meet 2 scouts from said keep. Darin and Vel. And as these group of adventurers were finally able to vanquish the ambush, now they're finally able to reach the said keep in order to investigate the whereabouts of the wanted criminal Weevil. So the party has been traveling throughout, picking up where we last left off. The party just finished patching up their wounds and healing up, but pushed on in order to head to the safety of Xantharl's keep before the day ended. And true enough, as they cross along this hilly landscape, you come across the final hill, and looking down, you finally see the small city of Xantharl's keep, which is quite surprising because for some of you, because for the name such as Xantharl's keep, it would indicate that it is a singular keep. But upon looking at it now, it is a whole small city. And I'll load. There's this, I don't have a very detailed map of it, but its general shape. It's here. Here. So all of you are coming from the north. And then you notice that there are 2 layers of walls. The outer walls and the walls inside that guards the aforementioned Xantharl's keep. And yeah, you see that the thick stone walls, there are thick stone walls, and on top of key points of it, you see heavy crossbows mounted on the battlements and are sheltered by a steep roof to shed snow when it does snow. And yeah, true enough, there is an outer wall and an inner wall that encloses the inner keep. The houses from your distance, you see that it's most of the houses here are narrow, and they're made of, well, from what you can see, some stone houses, but majority of the houses you see look like they're made from wood. And as you go closer, you hear the galloping you hear a galloping sound, and Darren actually tells the party, it's like, oh, let's get off the road, get off the road, get off the road. And she ushers everyone to the side of the road. As you see, like a caravan of like 3 to 4 wagons just running past you, heading north. And they're being pulled by, each wagon is being pulled by 4 horses each. And this like little procession is also being on the flanks of the wagons. You see a couple of um like light horses being and dwarves, mostly dwarves, riding as they galloping towards the north, and they're going at it at breakneck speed. um and yeah, once that's done, yes, does anyone ask anything, or they're just
Yep.
uh,
What was that about?
yeah, Vel this time is the one that chirps up and says, in since it's very dangerous crossing road right now, so captain has said that wagon go together in one group instead of one. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4 go, instead of one go, two, one go, one go. But you'll see, in city it's very full. Says not wagons stop from going. Come, let's get behind the wall. Um,
But before
and
we
yeah,
do, what makes the roads to Xantharl's
So
Keep
dangerous.
very, very dangerous? It seems that there's a lot of there's more danger on these roads than elsewhere we've traveled thus far. I mean, aside from the occasional giant and uh, orcs, but this road, particularly, travelers are more cautious. Is there a reason behind that?
well, on regular day it's not so bad. Just a couple of ogres and goblins, but now there are giants who have organized forces around and much more dangerous. Occasionally, you only needed a couple of guards, but now we need more, and now we need careful planning as to when to release wagon.
Okay,
If you want more, perhaps you ask Captain. Captain has all information.
thank you.
And yeah, I assume this happens while the
Walking.
6 of you are walking towards. But yeah, eventually do reach Sandra's Keep. And yeah, from the outside, you can really hear the hustle and bustle that is a bit disproportionate from the size of the city you've seen. It is a small city, but it sounds like a large city. And immediately as I go in, you see a multitude of wagons and horses just being parked at the side. Wherever they can find space, they're parked. And as you walk inside the city, you are greeted by close to the entrance. It's a close enough distance to like the main plaza, and usually the plaza is where there are market stalls, stuff like that. But it's more or less a general open space. But now it's rather packed with wagons, horses, and just people waiting to be able to get through, to be introduced to be grouped together. And you see a couple of guards, like herd all the wagons to one side, and you see a couple of them shouting the guards, saying, "Group 2, get ready to run in 5 minutes." And you see all the attendants going to that. And yeah, it's just a very it's a very busy, it's a very loud, it's a very fast paced, you know, energy that is permeating throughout this whole area. And you catch little glimpses of conversation, because of the chaos that this has introduced. You hear one of like you see a merchant, you see a small gnome berating a bit bigger and a bit stouter dwarf, who looks like his employer. You berating that the employee, it looks like you hear that the employer has bought like more traveling supplies that they needed. It's like he double ordered. And then across the stables, there's lots of horses, but you see one horse in particular being isolated. Then you just hear one of the attendants saying, like, trying to calm the horse down. And you hear the words of like, "Oh, what have you eaten? It's gonna be okay." But like generally the horse is like cordoned off to the area. And yeah, you hear one of the caravan leader, one of the caravan, one of the wagon drivers, like getting angry. Like this, you see this small goblin getting angry at this like large half orc, but it's actually the half orc's looking a bit like worn down and very tired. The goblin's angry because he's been here. He's like, "I've been here for the past 5 days, and you're telling me that my wagon has been bumped off to the trip tomorrow?" And then the half orc's like, it seems very rehearsed. It goes like, "Yes, sir. Unfortunately, the wagons carrying foodstuffs are in the priority. Do not worry, sir. It is in the documents that you will be shipped out tomorrow. Please, we thank you for your. I mean, like, this poor guard is is also having to double duty as customer service. Um, but yeah, all this chaos, all this stuff happening around you. As you enter, and acclimate yourself to this drastic shift in energy. Where does the Silver Shadows go now?
Better go straight to the keep, yeah?
Let's go to the captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked Darren, like, why are there so many people leaving? Or is this normal?
Darren goes like, "Well, usually this is just a pit stop for wagons to go through. No more couple of nights just to rest up. But under Captain Rinka's orders, and Lord Narbeck, um, they've proposed this scheme of making sure that the caravans travel in groups to ensure their protection. And unfortunately, that means that some of these caravans have to wait." I mean, you've seen what's happening out there, and it'll be easy pickings for those raiders if they caught these wagons one by one.
I see.
To the captain then.
Yeah. And then actually, Shiva, as you go around, you do notice there's don't know, like as you're heading, closer to your area. It's like this is like in the one would describe it like in the northern regions already. You do note an uptick in like tabaxi individuals amongst the crowd. And yeah, you see a couple of tabaxis actually be one of the guards for one batch of caravans. See a number of tabaxis going around making sure that the caravans are um well are prepared to make the journey. And actually, while traveling, Shiva, roll me a perception check.
5. 19 plus 5.
Nice, 24.
Okay. as you're taking note of the amount of tabaxis here, you do notice one of them as they were working. They're able to tilt their body enough that you were able to see the armor, and you see that on their cloak, you see embossed on it is the sorry, where is that? You see the insignia of the blood spillers. Do you have a design, or do I just make one?
You can make one. You can make one.
Yeah, basically you just see like it's a small circle with it's a small circle with a spear that looks to have been bloodied. Like that's their basic insignia of like.
So I tap the closest party member to me and say,
Oh wait, who's that? Actually, don't want me to roll.
roll,
Wait,
roll,
you're at the
roll.
back. No, wait, you're at the back, so it must.
It's Asumedos.
Yeah, it's Asumedos.
I see someone that I might be able to talk to that I know from here.
Oh, you mean
I
one of
recognize someone.
one of your fellow tabaxis?
Yeah. Potentially family.
Oh,
Though
Well-
I have to take a closer look though to be sure.
by all means. We'll all tag along.
Okay.
So do you go closer, or like do you just eye them from a distance as you're moving along?
I think there
are we
shouldn't be
going
any
s-
harm.
Yeah, I'll go up to them.
Okay. So as you go through, they're still actually working. They're kind of not noticing. I mean, like with all the crowds, like the concept of personal space has been invaded multiple times. So like with all the chaos, they're not really like paying attention until you get really up close and you see one of them. You see one of them finally notice the four of you, and they look, and let's roll to see if they recognize you or not. Or what would you prefer? Would you prefer any, or would you prefer in terms of like recognition,
Prefer what?
or like sorry, would
Do you
you
prefer to
prefer
be recognized or
would you
not?
prefer that Shevra knows them already?
Uh I mean she's trying to get in close to see if she recognizes them, yeah.
Okay, let's roll. Let's see. Other even
Even.
even Shevra recognizes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's even. So you recognize this tabaxi as this tabaxi is like um it's a male. It's a male wearing leather armor. As he works fast on his feet, and you see their markings similar to a what did I put here? To a like a white tiger type thing, but the stripes
Mhm.
are faded a little bit, and you recognize it takes you a while to remember, but they do have they take the standard tabaxi naming structure, so you recognize this tabaxi as plume of smoke.
Plume of smoke.
Is there like any convention of how their nickname just plume like that?
Yeah, plume would be like a sufficient like or an acceptable shortening of the name.
Mhm. So I go up and say, "Excuse me, sir."
And then you just see Plume like, yeah, what do you? And then he looks at you and he tilts his head a little bit and goes like, "You seem familiar."
I recognize your insignia. You're of the She Blood Spillers, are you not?
It's like, oh yeah, yeah. And he'll go. He says proud, and he jumps down towards you. And as he jumps down towards you, he shouts, "She blood spillers!" And all the tabacs go, and all the
Blood
tabaxis go, "Yeah,
spillers.
yeah, yeah." And they all do the chair, and then like, yeah, he smiles as they do that, and then turns towards you. Go, yeah, I'm from the blood spillers. It's
I didn't know that you guys worked in this part of town.
like, well, we work where the gold is.
Mhm. So, I'd like to ask do you know if a brother of mine has been in the area? His name is Theop, if you recognize him.
It's like, oh, Theo. It's like, oh, I didn't know I didn't know he had a sister. Well, then again, he rarely talks about family.
Yeah, not in his nature.
It's like, are you sure? Hmm. T- Tell me about it. Tell me about Theo. Just so you know, you're not pulling my tail or something.
Brooding figure, silver coat with shadowy
No, no,
cover.
no. Something, more
More
personal.
personal.
Everyone can describe him. Like,
He likes to eat his meat raw. He likes to pick on smaller folk a lot. Has some a thing against them for some reason. He's a brute, and he's not ashamed of it. He likes to get his way through intimidation, stuff like that. He's never my favorite brother. Let's just say that we don't get along.
well, I mean, I don't know about the other stuff, but the other stuff, yeah, sounds like him. Oh, I did not know about that. Okay.
Yeah, TMI.
TMI.
Like, I mean, I don't want to get in the middle of anything, but yeah, if he's actually we actually have a big contract with this place. I guess he's in the keep. Might be coordinating with Captain RR. Or is it a W? R Captain, and then you just hear Vel, Captain Rinka. It's like, yeah, her. Yeah, Captain Rinka.
Okay. I hope we can meet him later on. Are we allowed in the keep? This is in the
Do you
building.
ask? Who do you ask? Si Plume or si Vel?
I think I say it that they can both hear it, and whoever answers first.
Okay.
I look between the two of them.
Yeah, Vel goes like, "Oh, of course. I mean, as far as I know, I can say that you have rescued scouts that have been officially sanctioned by Xantharl's keep. So perhaps that is enough audience to meet with Captain Rinka."
All right. This should be interesting. She says that with like a neutral face, but then her tail is lashing a bit anxiously.
Okay. And yeah, with that, you say your goodbyes. And yeah, they go back to, securing the caravan as you make your as you weave through this, chaotic plaza. And yeah, you see just merchants being sandwiched between caravans and stuff like that. It's a very full place, very busy place. But eventually, you do head up towards the keep, and actually, Vel and Darius are the one leading the way, and they just wave and they whisper a couple of words and they point towards you, and the guards just look at the four of you, and they talk a little bit before the four of you are allowed inside. The walls here are very similar, and on top of these walls are the like same style of like heavy siege ballista that are mounted on top the battlements. But as soon as you enter these walls, it's a very stark contrast to the plaza. This time, it's there's actually a space to. It's not as claustrophobic, and as you head inside the keep, you are ushered to one of the rooms near the front, and actually, as you enter, the activity does pick up a little bit, and you do see like a lot of like dwarven attendants running to and from with like papers and documents. Lots of runners going around, all the chaos. It's like imagine the chaos outside, but this one just people and documents all going around. And as you are led to one of the doors, it does open into what seems to be a small 20 by 20 chamber with a large dwarven style like hearth with a
Mhm.
roaring flame. It gives you, you know, some good warmth. And at the end, you see a desk. You see a desk with like at the back of the desk, you see like a map. And this dwarven woman is just poring over the documents and poring over the documents at hand, and you know people around her giving her stuff. People are like as soon as she gives someone to pass along, another person has two more documents that she has to look over. um and as you approach, Darius gives like a small like cough to show to just say that, you know, hey, we're here. And as she does the but you know uh Captain Rinka finally looks up and goes, and just first of all focuses on the two. And goes, where the fuck have you two been? And you were supposed to be here 2 days ago. And then the two look, you know, rather like it's like two like children being caught. It's like, well, we tried going here as soon as we could, but um, our mounts got lost. And he goes, what? Two more horses lost. That's 8 in a week. And and while she looks to them, you finally see her. It's a female dwarf with red hair in like a very haphazardly tied bun. Um, her skin is a little bit pale, and like her eye, she has like eye bags, and like it looks like she hasn't been getting a lot of sleep.
Is she pretty?
Um,
Looks
um,
likely not.
there's just something about like the lighting and everything. It's just like, oh, in a different life, you would try to shoot your shot. Like,
So I hate her because she has red hair
no,
too.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, like yeah, and I got a nat 20 to see.
Oh shit!
Hey.
But I know
Spitting image.
it's tempered na because she's a dwarf, so like not as much hate as a human,
Yeah.
but she does look like I don't know.
Are you
Quite high.
staring?
Yeah, yeah. I have a mask though, so it doesn't. It's not obvious.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. And she sees the four of you and goes, and you are. And this time Val's like, oh, as we were traveling, these adventurers rescued us, and yeah, we have and he has a little paper. We have report ready for you. If you want, we can put it on map so you can study later. And she goes, yes, 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 go, go, go. Val goes behind the map and starts, you know, putting stuff in it, and there is actually there is sorry Darren actually stays with the four of you. He goes like, ma'am, these adventurers have would like to ask a couple of questions if you have the time. And then Reiko just looks at her with like a face that just says no. But at the same time, after a while, she just gives like a slow nod and goes, yeah, I could use the break. She's the four of you, a very exasperated sigh, and goes like, yes, what may I do? What can I do for you? As you can see, I have a full operation under my hands. Um, yes, well, what do you want? She finally said.
Yeah, I sign language to Asumedos. Like, how much do we tell her? How much do we ask?
Just enough.
Like
Show me.
I point.
So yeah, what does the party say?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pissed, so I'm not speaking. All yours. I signed to Asumedos. I don't trust her.
yeah, I guess we should.
How much do you think, Itszki?
Yeah, I go like, hey, we want. I want information, so I'm gonna say, yeah, just ask away. It seems we don't want to get stuck here like that person that got stuck here for 5 days. So we better ask and move.
No, but we
Should
think
we
Weevil
ask?
is, we think Weevil is here. We're hunting him.
Yeah, so that's why let's ask. Like we're on an information gathering mission.
Is this
Finding a
all on
particular
like hand
person.
signal?
Yeah,
Because this,
and then they're looking at us funny.
yeah, the captain is like, excuse me, if you have nothing to say, then and as it's happening, as this is happening, you see one of our attendants goes, it's like, ma'am, you see like you see like a human, a woman just approach her, goes like, ma'am, we have new foodstuffs from cluster 3B. Where would you want these on the schedule? And she goes like, just patch them in on the afternoon batch for the next day. And you see her like slot in 2 more caravans, and you see like finally up close to the map, it's a very detailed, very meticulously made map, and you see all the batches for the caravans meticulously accounted for in the background. And while that has happening, she turns her attention again to the 4 of you and goes, yes.
We're looking for information about Weevil. We have we suspect he's within Xantharl's keep.
Oh, Weevil's here. Gotta give it to that dwarf. He's got a thick beard at the very least. Turning up from Xantharl's keep of all places. She pauses for a bit, she looks around and goes, where will I stay? But shakes her head and just goes, fortunately, for adventurers, I do not think like a criminal because I am not one. However, there is a local tavern here, the only noteworthy one, the Falling Orc Inn. Talk to the owner. Her name's Artaztra.
Artaztra.
Yeah, Arzastra pala. Arzastra.
Arzastra.
Don't be intimidated. She is a half ogre, but she's very friendly. It's in the Facebook chat. I sent on the Facebook chat.
Azrasta.
Arzastra.
Half orc.
Half ogre. Half ogre.
Half orc.
She's big. She's large.
Then I motion to. I signed to Asumedos. What does she know about what does she know about Weevil?
What would she know about Weevil? Would she be familiar?
She
with
reacted.
what's the going on in town?
Well, I mean,
No. I mean, I'm asking Asumedos to ask the captain what does she know about Weevil because she reacted. But I'm Asumedos. Malak won't speak to her directly.
Okay, then I relay that.
okay. She goes, well, I know he worked for the Axe of Mirror Bar intelligence section, and usually those dwarves have a way with hiding places and storehouses. Maybe that's why he's here, cleaning out stock. But seeing as this is a very this keep was rebuilt multiple times. I wouldn't be surprised if he found his own little hole to make himself at home.
Ano lang, out of gameplay, all we know that Weevil is wanted is because he is MIA, right?
Defected.
Or
Yeah,
we don't even.
Yeah,
But it isn't confirmed if he defected also. But he's not responding, or he's not.
Well, you know, based on what you've based on your conversations with the other dwarves, basically for them, MIA or automatically assumes deserting.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
And like it's not easy to go MIA under the intelligence forces of the Axe of Mirabar. So yeah, the fact that they can't even get a hold of him, that in itself is very impressive, and that's also very dangerous.
Yeah, Malak just turns around and walks out.
Yeah. How about the three of you? Do the three of you have any questions?
No.
Yeah, I just want to ask, aside from that, would you recommend a good place where we can take a look at equipment? Maybe we can find better armor, better weapons, or artifacts that we could look around.
I'm not a tour guide, so just ask anyone else aside from me. Let me deal with the logistic situation here. Like ask her,
Alright.
and then she points to some random dwarf. As like, as she goes back into pouring herself in work, and yeah, as you leave, you just hear her voice echo in the room, and then asking questions. It's like, okay, where did this ambush happen? It's like, oh, Burba, and then you just hear it's like, okay, giant, this frost giant. 2 days ago he was here. Do we have any updates on where he was and where he is now? And then like just basic like intelligence questions. And you see like a small crowd gathering. As you leave, you see a small crowd gathering at the map as the intel keeps updating. But yeah, as you leave, yeah, and then yeah, as you leave, yeah, where are you going at this point?
As,
Yeah,
Well-
we need a long rest though, guys. Don't
well, what
forget.
time is it?
Oh, at this point, I'd say the sun is already setting. So with all of this happening, I'd say it's around 7:30.
So do we dinner and rest, or try to
Oh,
look for our Zastra?
Shivra's brother's here, right?
Oh.
Did they say he was inside?
They might be here. But yeah, actually, no, good segue, because as the four of you were leaving, Shiva, you just hear a voice boom from the boom. You just hear a voice behind you, and it just goes, "Well, the little runt's far away from home." And
Ah.
looking back, you see, see your brother walking towards you, and you, as to how he got past you, you don't know, but at the same time, you're like expected.
What's his name again?
Hi, it's good to see you. Theop.
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 Theoe. Eoe.
EOP.
Theop.
Theop. Okay.
Theo.
So you have a job here?
It's a good paying job.
Mm. You're not out with your adventuring group anymore these days.
Mm. He looks at you up and down first, you know. Looks like I haven't seen you wear this much armor. Surprised it
Oh.
fit.
Well, I've found a new calling. I guess you could
As
call it.
as an adventurer, you.
Yeah. She kind of like fidgets and like looks down and then tries not to make eye contact, but then meets it again. Yeah, I have adventure.
Well, I have now seen everything.
Uh, life treating you good?
I am dealing with it.
Mm.
And then you just hear and then you see
Oh.
Malak, Asumedos, and Itszki like standing behind.
Oh, yes. Here's my adventure.
We're like-
The Silver Shadows. Guys, this is my brother Theo.
And he's
The
bigger.
Geops.
Is he bigger? Like
Yeah, he is.
Bigger.
He's bigger, bigger, muscular. It's like very
You
like
want to join our adventures?
like I mean like Dorito, like he's shaped like a Dorito. Like but yeah, he sees the three of you and goes like, "Oh well, I should thank the three of you. I am sure the three of you have been carrying my sister throughout this adventuring life of hers."
She has been holding her own on our quest, and she is an asset to the group.
oh,
He
probably
just-
Itszki.
he
Shevra
just-
looks a little
High praise.
surprised that Itszki is complimenting her.
I didn't say you're the best, but you're an asset. Very careful with my words.
She has taught me
He
how.
gives us-
I'll
She has
take
taught
it.
me how to curse in giant.
Well, perhaps words are the only thing she can teach.
And that healing thing too helps a lot. Our gladiator's breath, right?
Oh, but we learned that from ano eh.
From the
From
other
Amun.
brother.
other-
Yeah.
Come to think of it, the joke.
Wait, do you say that? Do you say that?
Yeah.
The gladiator. Okay.
Who's
I'll
bigger?
ask,
This
so, what's it like growing up with Shevra? You guys seem very close.
Nothing much. You
did
know,
we meet
she's
the other
there.
brother? Or we just saw him? I think
Officially,
we just saw him, right?
no.
Or, we
Officially,
didn't see him?
no.
You haven't seen him, yeah, no.
I think
No.
Shiro,
You have seen in the stage,
Oh,
but like,
yeah,
the
but-
stadium.
but
hi,
not-
hello.
but Shiro was the
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Didn't he talk to us when he won? When we won?
But like that was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
just like
know,
in passing. But ano,
congratulations. But like, yeah,
Congratulations.
it was Shivra by herself
Yeah.
who went to train with him for the
Yeah.
Dragon's Breath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we saw him. So is he big? Who's bigger? Who's like more intimidating?
you
Theo
know,
or-
in this shadow. Okay, I'll say this one looks intimidating. The other one looks inspiring. So, but it's like depends what you like. depends on what sort of like aura you want to give off, and then that's the one that will look a little bit bigger.
So like one's like Captain America, the other one's like Batman, something like that.
One Superman, one's Batman.
Oh, there we go. Even better. I went with Marvel and DC. Okay. I have to say, you
So-
look,
and then
you look more deadly than what's the brother's name?
Amun.
Amu.
He goes like, of course, our actual warrior looks the part, not some performer galaw performing in an arena.
Oh, I have to say, I agree with you there.
And he looks at you, Shevra, and what are you doing here?
Ooh, he might know something.
Right now we're on a mission to capture a criminal on the loose. Weevil. Have you heard of them?
No.
All right.
Seen any suspicious dwarves?
All dwarves look suspicious. If you can't
Yes.
see eye to eye with someone, why bother?
Ooh, happy
Oh,
we don't
that's
have a
gonna be
dwarf.
hard in your case. You're tall.
And that's not my problem.
I never said it was a problem. But what takes such a grand warrior in Xantharl's Keep? What brings, rather, a grand warrior such as yourself into Xantharl's Keep, if you don't mind sharing? Or where are our manners? Why don't we go and have a drink?
Dinner. Yeah, let's have dinner.
Let's have dinner. Celebrate your reunion, and you can tell us tales of your bravery throughout
Conquests.
Or Shevra.
your conquests over the area.
Or
We might
Shevra.
learn a thing or two from you.
Or Tales of
Roll me
Shevra.
persuasion. Roll me persuasion.
17 plus. I'm pretty persuasive. I should be at least. 17 plus 8.
Ooh,
Damn.
25.
25. Come on, man. You can't say no to that.
you hear him mutter behind under his breath, like, burn my tail. And he goes, fine. Let's go to the Flying Orc Inn. I assume none of you have scoped out the area yet. And he leads the way.
Is it flying
We
or
just
falling?
arrived.
Falling,
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
falling.
Like my notes. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, falling. Yeah, and you travel a bit. You weaving through the crowds again.
I'm keeping
And,
my eye out
actually,
if I see any suspicious dwarves. More
Okay.
suspicious than the rest.
Yeah, as you're weaving, actually, since Theop is actually in the front, people actually give you a bit of a wonder. It's like when someone gets close, you hear, actually, Itszki, with your passive perception, you hear like a faint growl, and like the person just sidesteps. And then but yeah, as you get to, you see finally the falling you see for the falling orc inn. It's signage, actually you can't see the signage because you don't actually know if it was intentional or not, but the signage is actually fallen. It's now just being laid on
Ooh,
the
good.
it's just
Then,
leaning it's just leaning against the door, but you don't know if it's like, and like you look up and you see it's like a bit rusted, the material, the chains that were holding it. So you don't know if it's intentional or like
good marketing.
they're just lazy to pull it up. But you know, and yeah, as you enter, it's actually rather full. I mean, with all these caravans, with all these merchants here, with nowhere else to go, you start filling in establishments. But let's roll. Oh no. Oh, okay. Thankfully, as you are heading in, you see a group of adventurers head out, and as they head out, you see a male dwarf approach you, and goes, lucky you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Theop just gives a low growl and goes, okay. Yeah, right this way. Unless you'd rather wait for a bit, we'll clean up first, then you'll go in, or your choice.
I want to sit down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He leads you, and like as he leads you, he gives he takes out like a couple of rags to wash the table, wipe down the table and all that. And yeah, he leaves for a while. And yeah, you're now seated down. Yeah, so does You just see Theop just lean back, cross his arms.
So like my horny friend here said, what brings you here? Xantharl Keep.
Horned friend, horny.
Wrong
is
spelling.
different.
Yeah, my bad. My mentor skimmed on a few of the suffixes.
Vocabulary is
On the
not his strong.
He just raises one eyebrow. And then he
Though I
looks at
have
the
to
four of
say,
you.
my what I said is also correct in a different way.
I mean, it's not wrong. There, let's put it that
There-
way. He looks at the four of you and just goes, "Well, I'm here covering the ass of one of my other members, and it seemed like a good job, so why not?"
So he's the leader of the Blood Spillers.
Yeah, he's the leader. Yeah.
Okay. So the Blood Spillers, are you like an adventuring group or for hire, for work?
We dabble. Usually which one pays out more. Now we're acting as mercenaries. But hey, maybe after this contract, we'll go back to adventuring.
Ooh, contract.
Been any fights with giants lately?
Not much. Our contract here just says that if we encounter anything, we do hit and run tactics. I mean, Rinka isn't wrong. The city can't. The city. The soldiers here can't fight giants full on. So hit and run tactics, hide behind the walls, things like that.
Oh, can afford that though. Oh,
And
What do you-
besides,
Oh.
and then, sorry, he just adds. And besides,
Yeah, no,
there's not enough. There's not enough forces here to go on all out on whatever giant forces are out there.
but has the giants attacked the keep yet? Or is just our surrounding areas?
It's fu- they've probed the defenses, but no giant was involved yet.
What do you mean? Are they working with different creatures?
Yeah, what type of contract, right?
Yeah, those bastards are leading goblins, trolls.
Why does this sound familiar?
You fought giants? And he looks at you, Shevra. You?
Well,
Just
there-
a handful.
Mm, yeah, we've hill giants, fire giants, fire giants, and hill giants, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. And we've even cozied up with a cloud giant. Was it cloud giant? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We've come far, I'd say.
He just says, and he looks at you, Shevra, just goes, "Oh, indeed." And like, roll me insight, Shevra.
Got a 3 plus 2, 5.
5. It's like the way he says it right now. It's very weird right now because like you've never actually shared. You've never had a good you never had long conversations with this particular brother. So, and whatever conversations you have with their brother aren't really, that pleasant to begin with. So like this is a bit weird for you. So now you're just like you're off balance as to like what's happening. But yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'll just go to the CR.
Go.
Think of the next question.
Ooh. Maybe he can teach us something like I'm gonna goad him. I'm gonna goad him like
Your other
Um,
brother taught us gladiator's breath.
yeah. Let's go.
You
there.
have
I think he's
anything
gonna be an
else?
asshole and not really say, well, he's weak. That's why.
Let's see.
No,
You
but
never
yeah,
know.
we can go with that. I can go with that.
We should ask him like what he's accomplished in his past adventures. What he can pass down from that.
Mhm. How do you spell your brother's name?
Theo.
Amun?
No. Yeah.
Atiop. AMUN.
Why is he not in my notes?
Basically, Amon's
There we
also the
go.
brother.
Amon the Victor.
Amon's also the brother that has the manor in Waterdeep, but
Yeah.
didn't give you a room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. He taught us something. So who's older? Amon, I assume.
Amun's older.
Okay. I think were you gonna say Shevra was gonna ask something?
Yeah, will Shiva ask now or we'll wait for RJ?
Oh, he
Oh,
left.
I
Oh.
can ask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As newer adventurers on the field, talking to someone who's been into this for a much longer time. Is there anything you'd advise or have to pass down from what you've learned?
He looks at you, Shiva, and just goes, "Don't be stupid, and don't be
She
too
nods.
greedy."
Damn, with this crew. Oops.
Yeah, and he just goes, "Don't be greedy."
All right.
Is it
Because
greedy to want to be as strong as you?
That reminds me. When we met Amon, he taught us this amazing technique called the Dragon's Breath. Would you have
Gladiator.
a gladiator's breath? Like is that something? How do I say this?
Technique.
Yeah. Well, how about you? Do you have any techniques to
Do
impart
you have any
us
nugget of
That-
wisdom to impart on
Anything
new
you've-
your
adventurers?
sister and us? We'd gladly publicize it that we learned it from you. The great
He
and
look-
wonderful warrior of the Tabaxis.
he just looks at the four of you and just goes, "No, no." The fact that you're even relying on my idiot brother's teachings, already says a lot about the four of you.
Well, we never did admit that we were stronger than you. We wanted to.
We get
be
what we
strong.
can where we can.
Yeah. We're
He
not
just
as
shakes-
blessed as you are.
Oh,
But
sorry,
we
I'll
are
see.
trying to.
As this is
Make a
happening pala,
difference.
this is happening during when food is served and when drinks are served. And yeah, as soon as one bottle is no, as soon as one tankard, one of your mugs is empty, they refill it easily enough.
Nice. Service here is pretty good.
And sorry, Asumedos, you had one question before we talked about Gladiator's Breath.
No,
What
I,
was
di-
your
I, di-
question?
I didn't really have a question.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to ask more about his exploits. If there are any areas that or stories that he heard that may be too easy for him, but it would be a good point of adventure for us.
Okay. I'd say this.
Really more get to know him.
Yeah, I'll say this conversation. It's like a pseudo montage, but like
Mhm.
as it's happening, like you're drinking, you're eating, and all that. On the third, on Theop's third, mug, he slams it on the table. And yeah, and then looks at you, Shivra, again, and just goes, just remember, don't be too greedy. Uh, one of one of uh wait, sorry, where is his name? Sorry, just putting up a name. He just goes, don't be like Do. DEW.
Dude.
From the naming conventions, it seems that he's referring to another tabaxi. The mug is refilled, and as he drinks again, and as he drinks a bit again, and as he takes down the tankard, he just says, I thought Dew was ready to lead his own little contingent of the Blood Splitters. So I told him, yeah, go, accept the mission, and show me how you can do it. And he did. He got a mission that seemed too easy. Get a giant artifact from some middle of nowhere. Bring it back. The job was too easy and it paid too much. Always be careful for a thing such as easy as that. And then they didn't even pay in gold. They paid in art goods.
Sorry, did you say they paid in art goods?
Did I stutter?
No, you didn't, which is why I'm confirming. I am, well, you might not be interested
Oh
in
shit, I
this.
didn't catch that.
Doesn't
Good job.
may not be directly concerning you, but I'm looking for a group that tends to smuggle these or use these art pieces as payment. If I may share, this very group may lead me, or it could be this very group that I'm searching for. I'm trying to know them, trying to meet them. I'm trying to pay them back for what they did to my family. Can you please tell me anything about this group? Or if they're here?
Well, if they're not here, or they do get that contact. He starts he tries to remember where it is. And you could just hear him mutter under his breath of like, Where could it be? And yeah, he says, if I remember correctly, they met at the ruins of a old village nearby, Grunwald. I'll share that.
Grunwald.
Yeah, and then on the map, actually pretty close. Oh, it's not here. Okay, but yeah, it's here-ish.
And Grunwald is the place where his contact.
Where the contact was for that job, for that particular job.
Where they came in where he came about the symbol. For the art goods.
No, the
For the art, this was for the art goods, the one
Yeah.
that paid in art goods.
yeah. That's where
Sorry,
that's the
where's
rendezvous.
Grunwald? Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's near Xantharl's keep. Okay.
Yeah, around there. I'll mark it later. But like for now,
Okay.
it's like here.
But that's all we know about it, right? It's just art goods. It doesn't say about the symbol in the art goods or anything. Just the art goods is the
they were
connection.
paid. They were paid with like luxury goods.
Okay. I look at
And he
Asumedos and like,
goes, and
it's
then
worth a
yeah,
shot.
I mean, obviously, since Theop has no context about this, he just continues on and goes like, yeah, and where's Dewlight now? Cursed. The job was simple. Go get an artifact, a giant's artifact in a nearby whatever. Give it, and they were paid. Good amount. Too good. Again, don't be greedy. And a couple of days later, cursed.
What
Dumbass.
curse did
But
do
what? Yeah.
befell upon do?
Ugh. He's still alive, you know. Lucky. But it seems that whatever injuries he sustained can, no matter how much rest you have, can never be truly healed. If he had the bruises he has today are the bruises he got all that 10 days ago.
And there's no healer or this dispelling curse that could undo what happened to do.
I'm sure there is, but I told Du, got into this mess, you get yourself out of it. Find a healer, find a cleric, find whoever. And if you need gold, I'm not giving it to you because I don't pay stupidity. He takes another drink and slams it down. Oh, yeah. If all goes well, he'll meet up with me as soon as the contract ends. If not, I'll assume he just died.
What you think, Horns? Jay?
Well,
Oh,
we could
sorry.
take a look at Do. We could take a look at Grunwald. But we have
Dude's not here, Dude's not here, Like, he's somewhere else. Yeah.
All right. I mean, thank you. It's a lead. It's a lead. It's I won't leave any stone unturned. But the Silver Shadows, our group is here for a reason, and we still have to
Get that
see
done.
things through. For all we know, Weevil might even be part of that group as well.
Oh, I haven't thought about that. Yeah, let's get this done first. Which reminds me, let's go find Azrasta.
Yeah, at this point, he stands up and goes like, "Yeah, you do that adventuring work." And like, yeah, as he stands up, he just looks at the four of you, doesn't wave goodbye, then he just leaves.
Man, he's so cool.
I'm not sure we did. Maybe we did again.
I wouldn't call him cool.
She thought of something though, but yeah, well,
What? Sorry, thought of what?
no, thought of something.
Thought of it.
Yeah.
Like you get the vibe. He's not really the teacher vibe.
Yeah.
He's more of like the stick around and find out kind of type. It's like
So yeah, let's find Azrasta.
well, easy enough. It's very easy. The taverns, even though the tavern's crowded, at the very end you see the hulking figure of a half ogre, at the bar, mixing a large vat of alcoholic goods, and it's like she's using it as her like it's like a very big barrel that she uses to mix drinks, and the proportions are very funny since she's obviously too big for this place. But yeah, it's an easy, like you just need to cross the bar, the inn, and that's the tavern. You'll be there. So yeah, what happens now? Oh wait, let's roll for no. Ooh, you know, seeing her muscular frame and her muscles strain under all that, the weight of the alcohol moving around. It's like you can't help but feel, much to your disdain, Malak. You can't help but
She's my
you
type.
can't help but feel. I mean, she tickles the fancy.
Damn it! What is up with this fucking place?
Meant for you, my
So
friend.
like, so I'm looking around, and then as soon as I see her, I stand up, and then as I assess her, like I sit down, like, fuck, Asumedos, all yours. Goddamn
What's
town.
wrong?
She's ugly.
Shevra looks at him. It's like, what's
She's ugly.
What's your
I don't
other-
want to talk to her.
Do you have your
what's
mask
okay to
on?
me?
No, I'm drinking it.
Okay, roll me a con save.
Oh, con save, ah? Con save. Okay. Yeah, that's 8 plus 2, 10 plus 3, 13.
13. Shivra, you look at Malak as you ask this, and as Malak fumbles on his words, you can't help but notice, like, you can't help but notice that Malak is, in his own little way, but no, you don't know how, even with like a blue skin tone, but like, you see that he is very slightly blushing,
I mean, blue can blush.
and like, I don't know how what that means. Like, is it a deeper blue or like, is it like
Deeper blue,
is
I
it
guess.
something?
What
Yeah,
does
but like,
Aasimar blood? The blood of an Aasimar kaya? I don't
Isn't
know.
it like angelic or
Blue?
something?
yeah,
Or
why
gold?
not?
I'll check. I'll
The
Google it.
color, yeah. Oh, the color. Do you have the hots for Ma'am Azaz? What's her name again?
Arzastra.
Azrasta.
Azastra?
Azrasta.
We're there.
Azrastra.
The Hots? What the hell do you mean? Acting a little
I don't
flustered.
know.
Like,
You just give the impression.
how dare you? And then I'll stand up. Barkeep, more wine. Or whatever we're drinking.
Yeah, it's a local mix of dwarven ale.
Yeah, more
But yeah,
ale.
but yeah, um, yeah. The dwarven guy easily just refills your cup. It's like, oh, here you go, sir. It's like,
And then
sir.
Shevra's like,
yeah.
"Oh, it's okay to like someone, man. What's wrong?"
What are you talking about? Asumedos! Go talk to her!
And I'm like pretending to sip.
You know what? I'm still hurting. I think I need to get some rest. So I'll go get my room. I'll put my mask back on and I'll go find a room.
Okay.
And there he goes.
Before you see me leave the room, I put my middle finger to Shevra. And I'm out. I'm in the room.
Okay. So yeah. Who actually talks to
We all do.
to
Itszki,
Arzas?
join us in
Yeah, well,
I was
I'll
in
observe
talking.
from behind, of course.
Yeah. As you all stand up and head towards the bar area, actually before you leave, as you leave, the same dwarf actually approaches you and goes like, "Excuse me, are you still going to use the table? Because I have a group of people who would want to be seated immediately. Are you done with your table? I believe your companion has already left. Um,
Yeah, we just start chugging
we're
down
done.
what remaining of our food and drinks, and yes, we're done.
I will say at this point, since you had the conversation with Theo, your food's been done, so you've just been drinking. So, yeah. So yeah, it's easy enough. So yeah, as you get to the bar, okay. Oh, here. Yeah, as you get to the bar, Arzastra is actually busy mixing, but after a while, she sees the three of you and just goes, "Oh, yes. How may I help you? Do you need anything? Like more drinks? Like I just made a fresh batch."
Yeah, new drinks, but more than drinks, we need information.
Like,
And
oh, okay, you're that
we're
type of a
told
drinker.
we're told that you might be able to supply both drinks and
Ooh.
information.
Like, oh, how fancy! A supplier of information. She says as she excitedly gives you more glasses and she puts more alcohol. This is not. This is the mix she's making. It's different. It's different. But yeah. Well, okay, let me settle down. And she actually bends her knees a little bit, so she's more eye level. And you can't help that if this gesture was done with someone with less sincerity, it would seem condescending. But
Mm-hmm.
she's just full of joy and full of like earnestness that like it seems like she genuinely just wants to um connect with the three of you. So yeah, and as she meets you like with something more closer to your eye line, she just goes, "Oh, well, yes. How can I help with the information that you would need?"
Well, we're actually four adventurers. Our other friend finds you very pretty, which is why
Oh,
he decided to storm off. He's a
oh,
shy guy.
really?
Malak bit
If you
his
see a
lip somewhere.
blue-skinned Aasimar, that tends to be rude towards you, it's his way of saying he likes you. So, but anyway,
Well,
the four of us.
I mean, of course, it's better if you actually say what you feel, but maybe some people aren't just ready for that conversation yet.
I believe so. We believe so. We try to push him. but he's really shy.
Well, and
Um,
if I my adventuring groups and she sees the three of you, like, she just says, she point as she says this, she's pointing to the three of you just to put the state her point, but she just goes, always communicate with the party. You know, that's what I've heard. I've heard too many arguments in this tavern when people do not communicate. So I hope your friend is able to communicate his feelings.
How I wish.
I'm sure he'll learn how to do that. Probably just
Let's hope.
kicking himself not knowing how to say hello.
Oh, it's such a
But
simple word though.
I
Okay, but yeah.
know. But back to business though. Thanks for the drink. We're enjoying the place and our stay. We just arrived, but we are looking for, and I lean towards and I say, we're looking for clues about Weevil. You might would you happen to know if he truly is here or at least within the area? And then sit back.
He goes, I'm sorry. Like, what's a weevil again? Like, am I supposed to know who? Am I supposed? Is it like a term? Is that like a? Is a weevil like an adventurer? Like, are you weevils? She always
Oh,
whispers back. Actually, she
well,
whispers back, but the two of you can like clearly hear
hear
her.
it, yeah. Well, that is a dwarf that's currently on the wanted list. He's known to be dangerous, and we would like to do our part to help protect on the side. We try to be on the side of justice just to avoid people being hurt by this action. We wish not to eliminate him, but to bring him to the proper authorities. As
We've
that
heard
is
that he's been spotted in the keep at some point.
correct.
She's like, oh, okay. Well, I have heard of. I have. Did you recently, Abel? I mean, well, there's lots of people in the keep right now, but most of the people here are traveling merchants. But do have, I do have some. There are some adventurers that say that they wanted to stay here for a while. Um, unfortunately, I don't think any of those were dwarves. There was this gnome named Larg. Uh, he says that he says that um his adventuring group accidentally and got the attention of a red dragon, and basically he's the only survivor. I mean, yeah, I know. So that's one adventurer. The second one is
What's the name of the gnome?
Larg.
Larg.
Oh, sorry. Did you describe Weevil?
Not
No,
no,
no.
not really.
But
Mentioned.
not like what you.
Yeah. Yeah. She just goes
Maybe,
and.
yeah.
And she says, and there's another, there's this other adventurer, Belros. a halfling, uh, a halfling that was that came from the nearby hills. They were attacked by manticores, and yeah, actually, there was this dwarf that came. His name was Amthos. He says that his caravan was attacked by uh, bandits, and he wanted to stay here for a little bit, just to get on his feet.
What does he look like? Oh shit, I'm not here. Why?
Yeah.
What's the name? What's the name of the dwarf?
Anthos.
Amthos.
Amthos.
A.M.
Mm.
What does
Uh,
he? How
attacked
do you
by what?
describe him?
Bandits.
Bandits.
I asked him.
She looks at,
What
yeah.
does he look like?
He looks at you and says, "Well, mm, he has a very thick beard, and has very, medium-sized hair. Oh, he's a blondie. He's blonde. What else? He is he has brown eyes. He is a dwarf. So from my eye, let's say around 4'11", 5 feet. Wait. How tall are dwarves?
At around 4 feet, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
around
4 and
4 feet.
5. Yeah, sorry.
4
So
and
it's like
5.
yeah, so it's like 4'11". Yeah, yeah. Oh, let's just say 4.5. 4.5 feet, maybe.
We got the ano diba from the description of Dark
We have a
Forge.
description of what he looks like. Yes,
Dalador, yeah.
correct.
The scar,
So
right?
I'll
There's
look
a
for
scar.
I'll look
Yeah.
for yeah. There's a scar. We could ask. Is there a
I think
scar?
black hair.
Well, they
No.
can color that, but
We could
maybe
color.
ask for the scar.
I'll open a napkin, like a cloth napkin. And then I'll look around. I'll ask Shevra and Itszki to help cover me. And then I will cast minor illusion on the napkin just to mimic the drawing and description of Weevil. Obviously, it's not going to be in color, and it's going to be flat on the napkin.
Yeah.
And I will ask,
Uh,
does he look anything like this?
it's like, oh, well, I mean, certainly a handsome fellow, but unfortunately, no.
Okay. Thank you. But to answer your question, this is who we're looking for.
Oh,
And if you do
well,
find him, please be very careful around him. We don't know just exactly how dangerous he is or what he might
okay.
do.
Okay, well, I mean, thank you for your concern.
Of course, we can't let a good person like you get into any harm. Plus, our friend hasn't even had a chance to say hello yet.
Oh, yes, of course, of course. Well, I mean, if he can't say hello, maybe next time he can just say good morning.
We'll try, no promises. But these are very interesting I would say patrons that you in this tavern that you've shared with us. Are they all staying inside in? Do they all have rooms here?
No, I don't know. But occasionally, since they're down, I do give them like a free mug or two just to lift their
So
spirit.
sweet of you.
But I do know that I do know uh,
Are any of
I-
them here right now?
I do know that Amthos is currently staying in the stables. He was able to negotiate, be able to stay in, where they put the hay, so in the loft area above the or maybe not the loft area, but in the stables in general. He was able, not sure where, but I think somewhere that that building.
Okay. Might drop by to say hello and see if there's anything we can help him with.
And then for Belros, uh, I believe he was able to get some accommodations with the Temple of Moradin nearby.
Okay. Morbid.
Moradin.
Is that the
Is he a cleric?
deity for halflings?
No, it's a dwarven deity, but
Okay. They welcome non-dwarf. I mean, other races.
yeah. And
Good to know.
then for Larg, Larg was able to stay. I mean, Larg told me that a kind couple was gracious enough to lend their place to him for a couple of nights.
Would you know around which
couple?
area? Or at least someone who could point us in that right direction?
Well, I mean, I think they're in the southern district. So, in the map, wait, where's the map? Sorry. Oh, there. Okay. In the map. It's in this area here.
Okay. And then the stables. Where are we actually right now? Which area? Around where? Like,
You're here.
yeah, okay. So this area.
This
And
area.
then we're here. The stables
Yeah.
are
Here.
here.
Yeah, I'll put a marker.
Okay. Thank you.
Where's my
And then the temple, I would assume, is in the center.
no, it's that. Wait, it's the
Dwarven temple,
it's
right?
this. Yeah.
Did you say anything about Belros?
Yeah. Staying in the Temple of Morbin. He's a halfling that came from the nearby hills that were attacked by manticores.
Temple of
Moradin. It's in
Morbin.
the map. It's in the map.
Moradin.
Yeah.
Morbyn. Moradin, sorry.
Moradin. So this is a different temple than the one from the dwarves.
No, it's the same one.
Oh. Oh, so Belros is the one in the temple, not Amthos.
Amthos is in the stables.
Stables. Okay, there we go. Temple of Moradin.
Near the northern entrance.
Stables.
Yeah, I'll just write it down.
Northern. Man, my handwriting sucks, man. Fuck.
Type it.
Who are you blaming for that?
Myself. There's
You
no
got the
use.
keyboard.
Stable in the northern. No, I'm using Apple Pencil. Northern.
Yeah,
Stable
it's not easy.
northern entrance. No, it's easy, but it's just my writing's just gone to shit. And I wanted to do notes pa naman to see my handwriting. My God, stupid.
Okay, there. I think they marked it. So
Ah. Moridin. I had double N. Damn it. Okay. I'm just before I sleep, I'm gonna be carving for for Tempe's mask.
More
Okay.
math carving.
This is my 4th session now, I think. I've succeeded 3 times. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many more do I have?
I'd say you're close.
Okay.
You're very close. You're
Do I-
actually you've done the patterns already, so now it's like I think now it's more of assembly time now. So roll me a dex check.
Oh shit! I have disadvantage from the from the exhaustion. Ah, damn it. Dex check. +1 lang. Ooh, double 15s. So 16.
Very good.
Yeah.
First time ever.
I'd say even with your shaky hands and general, exhaustion, there were moments that you were drifting off to sleep, but you powered through. So after this this burst of activity for you, I would say that you were able to finally assemble the mask for Tempe.
Oh, it's done.
I'd say that it's technically done. If you want to give more polishing, you can,
Okay,
but I'd
one
say
more.
it's a workable, like, if you want to give it, you can give it already.
No, let's do it. Let's do it right. One
Yeah,
more
so like
session.
I'll give you like a bonus if you want to be like extra for the frivolities and all that.
Okay,
Like,
so the
you
next time
can dedicate one more.
the
Yeah.
next time I commission art for us, Jong will have Tempe, but Tempe will have Malak's mask.
But it's
Yeah,
leather.
yeah.
It's leather, okay? It's
Yeah,
leather.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
After that, I take a nap, or I take a long rest.
Oops. Yeah. Okay. Does anyone do anything?
No,
I will talk to the remaining. Well, what time is it by now?
I'd say it's around like 9, 10 in the evening.
for me, it's my time for my evening meditation and rest. I was beat up the last session, so
I understand
too.
that we're in need of rest, but should we at least try to visit one of these points of interest before we go to sleep?
Is it open though?
Well, it's only 9 p.m. Maybe the stables are open. Perhaps the temple should always be open.
Let's go to the closest one then.
Well, the closest one is the temple. But what I'm really interested about is the red dragon, though. Although that's still too dangerous for us, I would say.
And we'll split the difference. Let's just check the tables.
Before we sleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please get it over and done with. Okay. So who's up? Who's up to join? Is everyone joining? Malak joining?
No, Malak's still already in.
Yeah.
I can join.
Yeah. Us three. Malak is doing arts and
let's-
crafts.
Let's
I'm
let's take a
you
quick
know,
visit to the stables.
culture. I'm giving myself some culture.
Okay.
Okay. As you cross over and visit the stables, once again you have to cross through the very crowded, very busy, the ever shifting central plaza, and you hear people shouting their wares, and at some moments of desperation you do see some merchants selling general goods and foodstuffs on the spot already, just so they can unload some stuff, uh gain some profit already from this stage. You don't see
Is
anything
there
that's for
okay?
adventuring. It's mostly like like um everyday goods like um um, like crates, like ropes, stuff like that. Um, like wood and hammers and nails and all that stuff. So some people are just selling, and you see some people like selling vegetables from their wagons directly, as just so that their stay here, they can cut their losses a bit. But yeah, you do come across the stables, and again, it is of equal, if it is of equal hustle and bustle. The horses, there's a constant reshuffling of the horses again, save for that one horse at the very end, which has been like pseudo isolated from the rest of the horses. And yeah, you see one of the attendants, of a human female.
Oh,
She
does
sees the
Malak
horse.
find her attractive?
Well, if Malak was here,
Yeah, Malak's there.
No, I'm
no,
not.
he's not.
I mean,
No,
I
she's
mean,
not. She's not.
Oh,
I
you're
mean,
not ba? I thought. Oh,
no, it was
okay.
Shira who introduced you.
Okay, so
I
Malak's
mean,
not here.
I
Okay,
mean,
sorry.
there's something in the air because yes, it would be her type. I'm rolling for Malak's like how attracted he is. Like I'm not getting lower than a 15.
Oh my
this
goodness.
this keep
My
is
God.
no, it's fucked up. I think there's something bewitching it or something.
I like this town. There's a bunch of hotties.
No, these
I
are
think we
hotties for
know.
Malak.
Or Malak.
Just for Malak.
For Malak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking like, if Malak's gonna settle down anywhere, I think it's gonna be in Xantharl's Keep.
Malak and his
If
stable
you can find
foes.
if I can be finally like if he can finally like let go of the
Let go of
trauma.
his yeah, of his
Uh-oh.
issues. We haven't even begun to tackle my issue.
Has he opened up about it now?
A bit.
A bit.
Not so much.
He's told you about the woman that triggered it all.
Mm.
But aside from that, I don't think there's any more info beyond that. Yes, but yes, you do come across, and you see this human female, see the three of you. She sees the three of you and she goes, do the three of you have horses? Are you there? Are
No,
you
Did we lose our horses? Did we lose our mounts?
No, you left them in
Mm.
you left them in ready. I think they're in Waterdeep. No. They're in
no.
they're
I
in
think we have
Evergreen.
horses. No,
No, you don't.
I know we don't.
Because
Okay.
you teleported to Mirabar. Eh?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
walked
We
we
traversed
walked through the
through,
snow.
Yeah, we worked through. That's why.
I think they're in Everlund. Because from Everlund you teleported to Yartar. From Yartar you teleported to Waterdeep, and now you teleported to Mirabar.
Okay.
Yeah, so your horses are in Everlund. Yeah, she sees the three of you. Practical attire. Uh, good for dealing with horses and other mounts. Actually, sorry, you don't see just horses. You see like giant rams. You see a couple of like axe beaks. They're all segregated per species, just so they don't accidentally do anything to each other. But yes, the woman approaches you and just goes, "Okay, so if you don't have any horses, how may I help you?"
Oh, we'd like to actually see if we can speak to Amthos. We heard that he might be staying here.
Okay, are you friends of his?
No, not really, but we heard about his experience, and we would like to see if we can know more about what happened, so we can either help him or at least
Or
help travelers who are being attacked by bandits.
I mean,
We're
he's
looking
not the
for information.
he's not the only one, I must say. But
Well, he's the only
roll,
one we've heard so far, but
roll persuasion.
okay. 16 plus 8.
Okay, she goes. Well, I mean, the three of you look like decent folk, so why don't you stay here? I'll get him. Yeah, he leaves for a bit, and yeah, while waiting, some of the horses, you have to step aside. Some of there's a transferal of mounts, so you have to step aside just to let them through. But after a couple of minutes, you see her come back with Chumna of Amthos. Um, yeah, sorry, sorry. Where are my notes? Okay, here. Sorry, Amthos is the gnome, right?
No, Amthos is the dwarf.
Oh,
The
oh,
blonde,
dwarf,
the
yeah.
golden haired
Yeah.
dwarf.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, sorry, my notes got lost.
Larg is the gnome, Belros is the halfling.
Beller's the halfling, no?
Belros is the halfling, yes.
So yeah, you see this dwarf approach you, very stout, with his beard like and just like a messy braid. And yeah, his hair is disheveled. You see like bits of hay like sticking out from his hair, and he looks a little worn down. His clothes are a bit tattered. And he's the three of you and goes, uh hey, how am I in trouble?
Oh no, you've we heard about the trouble you actually experienced, and I was hoping you'd be able to share some information about that. Perhaps we could even try to locate these bandits and try to rid them, if that is something that would produce even a something that we can find we can benefit from monetarily, if the bandits have a stash. We're just trying to look for people we can save or help.
Stop this from happening in the future.
Well, I was traveling from Long Saddle. It's yeah, and ever since I mean, from what I've heard, ever since the giants came here, all the regular sized threats moved down south. And I guess, the gods weren't able to bless me in my recent trip, and some bandits got ahead of me while I was uh, traveling from Long Saddle to here.
Okay, Long Saddle. Long Saddle is from which direction?
It's south. It's like the next town over.
Did they take any of your belongings?
Well, I mean, he just raises his arms just so you can take a look of him and said, I mean, they got most.
Okay. Did you recall how many they were? You're lucky to actually have escaped with your life. Were you do you recall how many there were? And if what they looked like? Were they all of a certain race?
There were different races.
Hmm.
They
Interesting.
were there weren't much, but they were strong. And as he's saying this, it's like he's like looking beyond you, and like you just see his like expression like glaze over as he like he's like reliving it a bit. Says, and then they just came at us at the night without warning, cutting down anyone who would resist. I I, I just started running. I didn't look back, but from what I saw, there were a lot. They were wearing leather, leather armor, maybe even homemade. It wasn't that particularly well constructed, but it did the job because I just heard the screams of the people I know, and none of the other screams resembled anything from what they were screaming.
Why so? What's so unique about?
I mean, it just means that everyone who was screaming was probably the ones hurt. And it was only the screams of my companions that filled that night.
Could it have been betrayal from anyone from in your group? Like someone may have tipped them off?
I hope not. It's no, 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 no. It no. We were friends. We were close. No, no. No. No, they wouldn't do that. No, no, no. And he just trails off, and like
Sounds like they would.
the woman who was with you just tries to calm him down and then puts a hand on his shoulder.
We apologize for intruding and asking. Must have been a horrendous experience for you. But any additional information would be very helpful to us as we try to, should we travel down there, we'll definitely keep an eye out for them, and we'd be happy to share with you the news if we encounter them, and if obviously we're still alive, if we get to solve that issue. Is there anything of certain value that they took from you that you would like returned?
At this point, he doesn't really say anything anymore. He just shakes his head.
He doesn't shake. He just shakes his
No,
head.
he shakes his head. And the words that he just says are just like, I'm sorry, I can't like. It's too much. I have to go. I have to go. And then like he hurriedly just goes back, and the woman just says, maybe we can you can talk to him again. I mean, I know your heart's in the right place, but maybe we can let him calm down a bit before.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
yeah.
I'll tell the woman we'll be staying at the inn, Falling Orc Tavern. Just leave a message for the Silver Shadows if um can remember anything, or if you would like to talk further.
I'll do that. Yes, and yeah. At this, if I may say, at this point, I feel he's lost too much to recognize any value, any material value left. But I'll try to talk to him. Maybe there's something that you can recover for him. But um, I'll I'll let him have some space before asking him again.
Thank you. May I have your name, please?
Her name.
So we can set him up with our friend who's sleeping right
I hate this place. Let's burn it to the ground.
She says, yeah, apology. My name's Nevu, Nevw, Nevu.
Thank you, Nevu. Oh, my name is
Okay, I mean,
Asumedos, and
yeah, I mean,
you
like she has
can.
a
Mm,
yeah, her sorry, just to describe her further, since she's already named. She has dark skin with pointed features and thick hair that's in a simple ponytail. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nevu. Oh,
Yeah.
before we head back, since we're here at the stables, are there any mounts for rent in case we need?
She gives a low whistle and I'll go, maybe, but it's gonna cost a little bit more since the demand's pretty high right now.
Understood.
Yeah.
It's just good to know. Just
Mm.
good to know. Thank you very much. We must have taken a lot of your time, so thank you. May you have a pleasant evening.
Yeah, she nods.
Well, shall we head back, rest, or do you guys want to do something else?
Have my evening meditation and rest needed.
All right. Thanks for coming,
Um,
though. At least in the morning, there's less to do. How about for you, Shevra? You gonna look for your
um,
brother?
uh, uh, I think he's best left to himself. She smiles
No.
like that.
Between the two of us, I agree with you. Ah, well, but at least you still have family.
Yeah.
Okay, so we head back and we take our long rest.
And yeah, you take your long rest and okay. Um, as the night passes by, as the night passes, um, let's see. Everyone roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit. Oh, only me get. Only I get +3, right? Oh no, I must
No,
lose
Plus 2.
2.
you're sleeping. You're sleeping. You're sleeping.
Shit.
So
Damn it.
I got 12 plus 3. Plus 2, 14.
Oh, I suck. 4 plus 2, 6.
Fuck.
Dum dum.
6 plus 18. 18, 19, 20,
6 for me.
18?
24.
6 for me.
18. 6%.
okay, so everyone. Well, I mean, uh, Itszki and Shevra. The night passes by uneventful. Um, moving forward, whatever dreams or subconscious thoughts you had, by the time you wake up, they just wisp away, like whatever, like your usual.
Much needed rest.
But unfortunately for Asumedos and Malak, the night's not so uh, peaceful.
Restful.
You toss and turn, and your mind conjures like past traumas, fears, current fears, future fears, and you can't help
Hot
but
chicks.
wake up uneasy. Well, physically fully rested, yes, but um, not as gracious as the other two. Asumedos, what would the nightmares have been like during your sleep?
Me eternally. No, I guess me finding myself in the woods, seeing smoke once again, reliving what happened to my family. But as I run towards the house, I fall into a hole and it just keeps falling, empty in a dark blackness falling, while hearing the screams.
Mm. And as you keep falling, you feel your senses slowly slip away. The darkness In the darkness, you feel the warmth escape, and you're now left in the dark and the cold. And the screams, one by one, the screams start fading away until you are left with the long singular scream of your loved one before you awake with a sudden jolt, and the scream still echoing in your head as you sit up and get ready for the next day.
I
Malak,
guess what
how
would
about
also make it I guess what would also make it more horrific is it's like as I fall, it's not just a scream, but it could also be a voice of their voice saying, "Why'd you leave us?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Why
yeah.
weren't you with us? You
Yeah,
left me. You left me to die." And
yeah.
then I just thud awake.
How about for you, Malak?
Oh, just images of Captain Rinka and as Rasta bothering me as I sleep.
I had nightmares of like genuine nightmares, and you dreamt of chicks.
Hey,
It's screwed up.
it still didn't let me sleep well.
Yeah, like you dream of these like beautiful women for you, and you feel yourself, you feel
Mostly
as
the
if you're not
conflict.
in control of your body, and you feel yourself succumbing to temptation, even though you know that you shouldn't trust these people. And as your body goes through the motions, at some point, they inevitably betray you, and as you are being stabbed repeatedly, and as the blood, you know, flows out of you, you look at these beautiful women with their like mischievous and mischievous smiles as they as they once again betray you, like what you feel every woman of your type will eventually. And you
That
wake up with a jolt as well, with cold sweat. And
that took a bloody
you get
turn.
ready.
I was
You get
expecting them
ready.
just trying to kiss me. And I was like, no.
No, no, let's match the energies. Let's match the energies.
Minus 20
Um,
damage.
but yeah, as
Long rest.
the day starts once again, you feel you well. The day is particularly cold, and as you wake up, it is bright out. As you look in your windows, the day is bright, but once again, it remains very, very much cloudy. And this time, a small, very. It's now there's a faint, uh, there's faint snow falling. Ay,
Isa?
Pause. Yep.
And you're good.
So yeah, as you wake, the four of you wake up, in various levels of rest, RP rest. You find the day very much cloudy like always, but the sun it's bright outside. But and in addition to that, there is light snowfall that is happening across the city. But thankfully, with the city's architectural style of like steep roofs, most of this snow just falls off into the road below. And yeah, as you begin your next day, yeah, let's cut it off for now and continue the investigation next week.
Cool.
There we
So
go.
yeah, are you guys gonna revisit what's his name?
Arzastra,
No, Amthos.
Anthos. Do we need to-
Yeah, but not immediately.
Maybe
go to
after the other
temple.
leads.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe
so,
we'll also try to talk or gather information about Larg and Belros, just so that we have info.
Okay, okay. Where will
Or-
you approach for that? Where will you or you literally just ask around?
We'll ask around.
Malak will
Okay,
be
okay.
to Asumedos and Itszki and she were like, bet which lead will lead to Weevil.
I go to temple.
I have 5 gold to Larg.
Could actually be Amthos, because
Oh,
bandits.
okay. Shevra,
Evil
what's your bet?
I
Oh,
I don't bet.
he does not bet.
I'm boring.
Okay, I will write that down. So 5G.
But for that, for fun, what is Shivra's thoughts? Like, who does she bet on internally?
She's going for the temple.
Asumedos here. Amthos.
Yeah.
Itszki with the halfling.
So everyone has one vote
Malak.
technically.
Yeah, Malak.
I mean, all the 3 leads have one vote.
Oh, Shivra's also with temple, but no pay.
Yeah, but like unofficial.
Unofficial.
entry, unofficial.
So
Yeah,
5
yeah,
GP.
Let's just put her para she's in the list, right?
5 GP.
So the pot is 15.
Yes. What will lead to evil? Okay.
Okay, so next week, the 4 of you will ask around for more information about Belros and Larg, and then you will go to where they are after, and then
Yes.
we'll see what happens.
Damn.
yeah, okay.
How big a
Fine.
town can it be for him to hide?
Well, not to try the size, but like, well,
Very
if
dense.
you have
Very
gotten
dense. Yeah, there's a lot
here,
of people.
if you have gotten here earlier, since you went for the giant's main
The
first, right?
meeting. Hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean after the meeting instead of yeah, that too. So if you have gone here earlier, maybe it would be easier. But now since things are getting a little more chaotic, like this is like this it's this stage of the world, so to speak.
I hear you. Okay. Take us home, Jay.
All right. So thank you very much once again for joining us for another episode of the 3 HP DD. Are we good? Yep. All right. In case this is your first time watching, don't forget to hit the like button. The bell icon will let you know that there's a new episode that drops. We do have a number of shows that may interest you and tickle more than just your fancy. Now, we are also available on socials. So we are available on Facebook, Instagram, and even Twitter. You'd like to keep us in the background while you're driving or working because we're just so amazingly entertaining. We are available at your favorite podcast of choice. We're available in Spotify, Amazon, and Apple Podcasts. And that's it for housekeeping. Final goodbyes. Let's start with the man in the blue jacket.
And
Jong.
changes was cold. Thank you for watching. It's fun adventure of investigation and making fun of Malak's love interests.
Hopefully he'll agree to at least falling for one of them.
You're right.
Next up, of course, Malak himself, CHUBAX.
Yeah, this is an episode of growth for Malak. But yeah, that was fun. So can't wait for next week.
And of course, the one and only Issa B.
I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys did too. And I hope to see you next week.
You should. She's asking you guys to come back. Of course, our
Yeah.
wonderful DM, Angelo.
So yeah, last time was like the first like full combat session. So now I wanted like more RP. So yeah, hopefully next time so we can do a little bit of both already. So yeah, so hopefully we've all like slipped our feet back into our characters. So it'll be easier moving forward.
That's actually true because we have been quite inconsistent. Sorry to all our viewers. We've been inconsistent in our episodes. But we're back and we'll have more regular viewings. We'll also be more in character and we'd love to hear from you. So write on your comments, write on your comments on our video or on our socials. We'd love to interact with you all. So thank you very much. Until next time, until next episode, we love you and ciao.